Hey guys, it's Christine and welcome to part 2 of our energy series. So last week I talked about the mindset shifts that I really want you to start to harness, especially if you're struggling with energy levels throughout the day. I hope you've taken that to heart, started to implement. Today we're going to talk about nutrition tips and strategies. Again, I'm going to leave you with 3 things that I just see all the time that I know when you make these, they're huge shifts. And you may or may not like me after this video, but I'm just going to be real and tell you what I know, and you can decide what you want to do with it. But here's the deal. Every single person, I said this last week and I'm going to repeat it, every single person that comes in, their top thing that they want is more energy, more mental clarity. Like, those are the 2 things across the board that I keep seeing all the time. So what's the deal with nutrition and energy? Well, number 1, I would say the biggest thing that I see, and I talked about this in the fat loss series as well, is skipping meals. People are just waking up and they're going straight to the coffee machine. They're taking that first coffee, sometimes the second coffee, often with milk and sugar, which is going to be my second thing I'm going to talk about in a minute. But that's just sugar plus sugar. So now we're getting coffee, which is like shooting our energy up in a false way and dehydrating us. And we're starting the day with that, and then we're not eating. A lot of people are not having breakfast, often not even having lunch, a lot of times dragging out, and it's like the afternoon before they start eating, and they're coming home at night and just totally wiped. So what's happening in the afternoon is people are just reaching for coffee, because they're skipping meals. So start the day strong by, instead of starting with that coffee, grab some water, let your stomach settle for a second. If you want to have coffee, have it with food. Breakfast is awesome. You can start with something light, but start the day with food and keep yourself energized throughout the day. I generally start clients on 4 meals a day, just because I find if you've got the right balance in those meals, having a good amount of protein to keep your blood sugar stable, just enough energy from carbohydrates, carbs are not the devil, and that fat to keep your brain going, and you've got that slow drip of energy coming in throughout the day. When you keep your blood sugar stable, you're going to have a consistent flow of energy. When blood sugar spikes up, you get wired and crazy, and you have this influx of energy, but it's fake because it comes with a crash after that. So number 1 is, are you eating regular meal times? I'm talking about probably 4 hours apart, not skipping meals. Okay, so that's the big one. The second one I already touched on, but caffeine, man. Drink water, not coffee. This is so hard because I love my coffee. Like, I love the smell of coffee. I like the look of coffee. I like coffee cups. I like coffee everything, coffee flavored things. But the reality is we become dependent on it, and it is super dehydrating, really hard on our systems. And again, a lot of times we're reaching for it because we're not re-energizing ourselves, so we're depleted. So it's a stimulant because we're not doing what our body actually needs to create energy. So I really want to challenge you, if you're having more than 1 coffee a day, to try to scale it back. If you're having coffee, have it with food. And for every coffee that you drink, try to drink 2 glasses of water to rehydrate, because remember, coffee is super dehydrating, and a lot of fatigue is masked dehydration. So number 2 goes hand in hand. It's drink water, not coffee, throughout the day. So if you must start your day with coffee, have your water first. I love the hot lemon water in the morning just to detoxify the liver, kickstart everything, and then have your coffee with food. And then throughout the day, try to drink that water. You should be drinking half your body weight in ounces of water, or about 3 to 4 liters minimum per day, more if you're having caffeinated beverages with it. So get real about the amount of coffee you're having. If you really need it and you're like right now angry at me for what I'm telling you, chances are you really need to go back and watch that session 1 on how to generate energy, because your body is just so tired that doing it with a stimulant isn't the right way to go. So you will feel better if your mind is energized, because your brain is mostly water and fat. So make sure you're drinking enough, you're staying hydrated. Okay, the third thing when it comes to energy and nutrition, I'm gonna sneak a 4th one in because it just came to me, and I just said it, is your brain is mostly made up of fat and water. Okay, so I just said that. So if you're dehydrated, you're just gonna feel foggy. The third thing I see when it comes to that energy is not enough quality fat in the diet. Okay, so this is a big one. Essential fatty acids are essential for you to have good mental energy, good focus, and reduce inflammation. So I'm not here to tell you to take supplements. That is not a dietary recommendation. I am not a dietitian. However, what I do see when I work with clients is the majority of fats coming in their diet are really inflammatory. They're generally from something that's packaged, processed, mayos, vegetable oils, super bad. We want to transition away from those things. Another thing that a source of fat, and this is where meat gets a bad rap, is we have a lot of inflammatory fats in our conventional farmed meats because we're not choosing organic sources of wild and game meat. So that's a different discussion for a different day. But for right now, I want you to really ask yourself, if you're not sure, start writing it down. Where is the fat in my diet coming from? Am I getting good quality fats? If you're not, an essential fatty acid like an omega-3 is a great place to start. You can easily find that supplement in your grocery store, starting to include more cold water fish. I always say olive oil is an excuse, like food is an excuse to put olive oil on your plate. So drizzle olive oil, over cold food and warm food, grilled vegetables, baked vegetables, whatever, nuts, seeds, hemp hearts, chia seeds. So include lots of healthy fats, okay? And then finally, this is a big one, is sugar. Sugar, nothing robs your energy like sugar, man. It is the devil. Sugar is the devil, okay? I have yet to meet people who tolerate sugar really, really well. So maybe kids do because they're running around like crazy if they're still active. Maybe once you start working out and you're training hard, and you're active and you're on the go all the time, you can process more carbohydrates and your body can process some of the sugars. If you're laboring, if you're in a labor job, maybe in construction or outside doing work, landscaping or something like that, okay, people will burn through more energy, so sometimes you can ingest some sugar and your body's burning it off. But chances are, if you're like most of the clients I see, a lot of you guys are spending hours and hours in a chair every day. And every time you're eating sugar, it's spiking that blood sugar level up. It's giving you that temporary high, but it's creating brain fog. It's robbing your energy, and it's about to take you on a downward crash. So I want to leave you with that. And this is the thing. So many people that I see say, I don't have that much sugar in my diet. I really don't. And I get it. And sometimes it feels like you're eating all this healthy stuff. But here's the deal. Keep it really simple. If it grows on a vine or on a tree or it's a plant, eat it. If it doesn't, try to avoid it. Right? And that's just so simple. You're going to cut so much crap out of your diet. Okay? Guys, those are powerhouse tools and strategies. They are so simple. Not always easy to implement, but really simple things that you can do. So remember what I said. Start the day with breakfast and eat regular meals throughout the day. Don't skip meals. Number 2, drink water, not coffee. Number 3 is start to increase your essential fatty acids, omega-3s into your diet, and reduce the amount of inflammatory fats, right? Fat is what's running your brain, fat and water. So are you feeding your brain, or are you complaining that you can't think straight and you have no energy, but you're feeding it crap? And finally, how much sugar is really coming into your diet? Get real about it. Anything that converts to sugar counts here. The big one is alcohol. So how much alcohol is coming in? The second one is grains, right? Grains, wheat products, cookie, crackers, things that convert to sugar rapidly. Listen, there's a lot here, so I'm going to leave you with that. If you guys have questions, comment below. And as always, I want to invite you, if you are struggling with this, if you're just tired and you want to make a change and you're like, hey, I need help. I'm tired of trying to figure this stuff out on my own. We're here for you. Go ahead and reach out to us. We always have a link on these videos. You can reach out. We're usually running a 90-day program or a 6-week challenge, or just jump on the phone and let's see where you're at and how we can help you. All right, so thanks for joining me for this whole picture, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time.